We have been speaking about truths in regards to curses. Today, I want to talk about generational curses. It's a fact, not very well known. Many people do not know about this story, about the story of suicide curse in the Vargas family, in the family of the former president Getúlio Vargas, that in 1954, during a government crisis trying to resist the fall, he committed suicide by shooting himself in the chest against his heart. And he killed himself, thus leaving Brazil shocked and a great stain on the family itself. Because when something like this happens, whether suicide or betrayal, that the parents committed, the marriage was over, and it traumatized the children, and whatever traumatic situation may inflict the family, is expected the children being inflicted so negatively by this think the following: I will do differently. I'll never walk the same path because my parents got it wrong. Look at the suffering this has brought to the whole family, that this has brought to me. So this should be the rational, intelligent, logic reaction from a son, a daughter, which parents left a bad legacy, saying, I won't repeat the same mistakes. I don't want to do this with my own children. But when we speak about a curse is over the willingness of the person. It's over logic, reasoning. It's like a greater power is controlling the life of the person. And as if they are heading to collide like a train with no brake, and they are at high speed towards a collision, to collide with a mountain or a cliff, and nothing can be done. Nothing, so to speak, in regards to the curse as we're gonna see here. So Getúlio Vargas committed suicide in 1954 and left his son, who became mayor of Porto Alegre, had a political career, but later he retired from the politics, and almost at the end of his life, at 79, the son of Getúlio Vargas, in 1997, committed suicide by shooting himself in the chest. He repeated his father's tragedy, but it didn't stop in there. 20 years after, in 2017, Getúlio's grandson also committed suicide. He was found dead in the apartment where he used to live with a bullet in his head. And the conclusion was suicide as well, at 61. Well, would you say that this is all a sad coincidence? No. Do you think Getúlio's son didn't suffer because of the type of death that his father died and the pain that he left for the family? Of course he suffered. What about the grandson? Did he suffer with his father and grandfather? Without a doubt he suffered. But this last grandson left 4 children. Why would he put over the lives of the children the same pain that he faced through his father and grandfather, if not by a greater force than his? This is what you need to understand about curses. The word curse brings with itself a secret. Word comes from speaking bad words, uttering evil things. So when we speak about curse, we're dealing with something that somebody uttered against a life. At some point, someone has uttered a word of condemnation, of sentence, or destruction over that life. Someone with authority over that person. So curse comes from the power to determine evil, to speak evil, the power of the word. So at some point, because the word of God also says that there is no curse without a cause, the reason of that curse at some point was an uttered word said by someone with authority over their life, determining that evil will happen over that life. And this leads us to understand that the only way to cancel a curse is if someone with greater authority than the person who said the curse cancels it. It won't be like this anymore. I determine that this curse will no longer stand. As a judge, as you know, when a judge determines something, it can come a judge from a higher court to cancel what the lower court has determined, as the Brazilian legal system works. So, if a word greater than the word of curse is said, can cancel the curse. Thus, intelligence allied with faith tells us that the only one who can cancel a curse is God Himself. Why does God not cancel it? Why does God does not save me and set me free from the curse? Well, He wants. He has been doing so many things to rid human beings of the curses that arise from their disobedience, from their own crooked paths. God has been doing that to the point of sending His own Son. Did you know that? Did you know that one of the reasons why that Jesus came to die on the cross was to become a curse on our place? To become cursed for us, to absorb like a sponge, to absorb our curses over Him, that we would be free from them. Did you know that? Don't say that God doesn't do anything, because it's quite the contrary. He gave His own Son to save you from curses. But what God cannot do is your part. God will not impose His will, His desire on people. The condition for people to be freed from curses is obedience. Obedience. Obedience to whom? Not to your parents, not to the law of the state, of the country. Obedience to the Word of God. He is the greatest, supreme authority. If you want and believe that this authority, greater one, which is the one of God, can set you free from the curses said, determined upon your life, then you need to subject to His authority. Think with me, use your intelligence. If you tell me, Bishop, I believe that there's no greater authority than God's. Only God can break the curse in my life, and if He determines, there's nobody who can stop it. If you say you believe in this, truly, then you also are trying to say that you recognize that the Word of God is supreme. So He is worthy of your obedience. So if you are intelligent, you obey it. Or you believe that His word is ultimate, is greater only to cancel the curses, but not to order other words over your life, other things over your life, that you may live under His word at all times. Well, it makes no sense for you to believe in God, that He's powerful only to break the curses from your life, but you don't believe that His word is greater than your will, greater than the other things of this world that you follow and obey. It's impossible for you to separate these two things. If you want the word of God to break the curses on your life, you need to subject to it, subject to the word, and it will operate in you the freedom, the deliverance. When you put yourself under the authority of God, automatically His word will cancel the words, evil curses said against your life, against your ancestors, parents, grandparents, whoever they may be. You are under a new and greater authority, and against this one, no one can stand. Then there's no authority higher than His. So this consists of true deliverance from the curses. Who is under the authority of God, they make themselves fully free from the past curses and whatever future curses that they may try to cast on you. Did you understand? Did you understand? So it doesn't matter if you are from Vargas family, Silva family, Smith family. The reality is, the majority of us inherited the curses from our parents, but God gave us the power to be born again, to receive a new affiliation, to have a new Father, a celestial Father, who only has blessings and no curses to live for us. What do you choose? Life or death? Curse or blessing?
Did you like this? Would you like to hear it again? Listen to it as many times as you need until this content becomes part of you. Don't forget to leave your like, comment, and share. See you next time.